heading to my buddy Ashton's. It was the white Supra we did the single turbo conversion on. He got some fuel upgrades, and he got a standalone fuel management upgrade as well. So we're going to be running all new fuel line from his tank to his radium fuel filter, then from the filter to the radium rail, and I believe he got 1300cc injectors. So battling a cold right now, which kind of sucks. I'm at the end of it, but we're getting there. Anyway, so we're heading out there, about a 45-minute drive. So yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, I took my mom and stepfather for a ride in the Supra yesterday, and I got my new cartridge in, by the way, for my turbo. So when I rebuilt my turbo, I did not check it for boost leaks, and I had a boost leak at the compressor housing and ended up overspinning the turbo. So now I'm just taking it to Boost Lab and letting them check it out, because I'm afraid I might have done damage to the shaft. So I bought a cartridge for my Borg Warner on eBay. That was like $100 and some, and so far so good. I know with the eBay turbos, as long as you're not trying to push like a stupid amount of horsepower, which I'm not, I'm only running 10 PSI, it should hold up. And it's only temporary till I get the cartridge back from Boost Lab, the one that they're rebuilding, my Borg Warner cartridge. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the clips of my parents riding in the car, and then I'll probably film a little bit of what we're doing at Ashton's working on his Supra. So yeah, that's all I got. Hopefully this doesn't take all freaking day, because I still have stuff to do to the house. So I will see you guys when we get up there, unless I decide to have some fun on the highway, which I doubt it, because I gotta stop beating on this car so much. So
the older I get, the more it seems.
Every winter until he was 90 years old.
I'm not sure Mom's gonna like that.
Oh, your mom. Your mom won't get on a roller coaster or...
I don't stay on it long enough. I know where all the cops sit around here.
This is warm.
Oh yeah, yeah. I have the heat going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
If I go from first to second hard enough, it spins the tires. It kind of sucks, because I just spent about $1,000 on new tires, and it still spins them. It is what it is.
Is it hard to engage that clutch? It seemed like it was a little bit difficult.
Well, since the transmission's kind of at its limit, going from second to third is kind of a pain in the ass. And slipping the clutch, since there's really no slipping it, is an issue. But I'm gonna get a better transmission eventually. That's a 6-speed instead of a 5-speed, and it'll be able to handle more horsepower than I ever plan on running.
So 0 to 60, how quickly? Did you ever time it?
No, I've never timed it. It's probably, it's under 4 seconds, I'm sure. Because that right there, we hit 60. That as soon as I let off, we were already over 60. I can't play the music while it's recording. I'll get copyright.
What are you recording?
What am I recording? You?
Oh, yeah. Hey, I'm in the souped up Supra. With my handsome son. TJ actually doesn't live in downtown anymore. He lives in, his house he had was in Hoboken, New Jersey.
I hope you're ready for this.
Hey, I hope you're not going out. How fast are you going? You
We're
need
not
a
gonna go
ticket, I'm
fast.
going to kick your rear end.
We're not gonna go fast.
How far away is this place?
Off 50.
Y'all ready for this? Look at this bell, I'm gonna kick your ass. They always said this lake thing here's not too good to be in.
Alright guys, well I'm back home now. I didn't film much at Ashton's because it was a lot of work and we didn't have a lot of time and I just needed to get it done. So we ran all new -6 fuel line from the fuel pump all the way up to the front of the car. Did a radium fuel filter, which is -6 AN to -8 ORB into the filter, -8 ORB out of the filter to -6 up to the radium fuel rail. He already had the injectors installed in the lower runners, and then we did a 90 into that fuel rail, all -6. Then -6 feed or -6 return off the fuel rail into the Aeromotive A1000 fuel pressure regulator, something like that, and then did AN off of that into the stock return line, which you just burn the material off the AN line, and then you can use a hose clamp and squeeze it down onto the return line. It's not a very high pressure line, so it really doesn't matter. As long as it doesn't move and it's tight, we pressure tested the system by manually powering up the fuel pump and it worked. Now we did run into an issue with him running his stock TT 6-speed wiring harness. It's a right-hand drive car, factory TT 6-speed. The wiring harness needs to be repinned going to the AEM V2 to work with the Kaizen Motorsports fuel pump wiring harness. So all the wiring is done in the back of the car, and then the power wire running up to the front of the car for Jose's wiring harness, but the the outputs on the ECU need redone, which his tuner is going to tell him which wires to move, and then that'll take care of that. On the way, he and I took the car for a ride because we had to run to AutoZone and grab some O-rings, and this was still doing the boost leak thing at the compressor housing. I tightened it up, I let it cool down, then I tightened all the bolts again, and on my way home it wasn't doing it. I pulled over, I had to stop at Publix, get some stuff for the wife. When I got back in the car and got on it again, it did it again. So I'm starting to think that my compressor housing is going to need either the holes welded shut and retapped and drilled, or I'm going to have to replace it. I'm going to try welding them shut first, because I don't even know if you can buy just a compressor housing. So we're gonna go try that first and then go from there. I'm not smoking anymore from the turbo, other than the boost leak noise it's making. That's kind of it. It doesn't require an O-ring on that turbo, which I thought was weird, but it's leaking air somewhere over on the compressor side, so I just got to figure it out. I've used helicoil on 4 different bolts now, so I have a feeling it's just leaking past the helicoil. So it is what it is. We'll get it figured out, and we'll go from there. Man, I still have oil, like from when this was leaking oil out of the intercooler, or not out of the intercooler, out of the turbo and getting into the intercooler. It's still like everywhere. Like you can kind of see it up here. Yeah, it's still still leaking out. Getting it all out of the intercooler because it's all down in here in the frame rail, all over this nice new wiring harness. But I have a feeling it's almost all out, because it's getting less and less each time. So that's a plus. It's just so much to clean. The engine bay will never rust, so I guess that's the plus side. And it's not running down up here anymore like it used to, over in here. So I think it's probably all about out of the intercooler. And of course it causes the car to smoke because it's taking oil that was left in the... I cleaned out the pipes. I didn't clean out the intercooler because I didn't want to take off the bumper and do all that crap. So it's blowing it all out, and then it's sucking it into the intake, and it's causing the car to smoke still. So yeah, but F that air compressor, or that compressor housing. I'm gonna have to... I don't know. I'll deal with it later. Moved all the car stuff out here. The wife was sick of it being on the dresser, so made like a little cool car thing. She got me that one day for birthday. I think she got me that magazine. I've been looking for it for everywhere, and she found it, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, hopefully I can figure this out. So, all right, guys. If you could, please, subscribe to the channel. Give me some feedback on my content, that'd be nice, and make sure you hit the like button. Yeah, that's it. I'm tired. I'm going to eat, going to drink, and I'm getting a hot tub, and I'm going to sleep. Yeah. Okay, later guys.